Nice.
So this article, I had to look up the title because this is what I don't like about BuzzFeed. They give you like, on Facebook especially, it's the status, but then when you click into it, that goes away. So you don't know what like the title of the thing is.
There's no title on the article?
No, when you click on the article, there's no title. It just like goes right into the article.
Oh, weird.
So I had to go back.
So clearly BuzzFeed was made for social media.
So this title is People Born in the 1900s.
Fuck off.
This is also old. This is from a year ago.
That's offensive.
Are revealing the things modern technology made obsolete for younger folks.
Ding Dong Ditch.
Oh.
And prank calling.
Number 1, going to the movies. I mean, we have some really nice theaters and amenities nowadays, but younger folks don't know how simple and spontaneous it used to be to find out what was playing and what times. We either had to read the newspaper, call the theater, or just show up to the theater and see what was on.
Welcome to the Carmike Coventry 8 Theater, located across from the Coventry Mall. We used to call it every Friday.
Yeah, and just getting the popcorn. Leah just mentioned to me about going to the movies because they...
Oh, does she want to? Tony refuses.
Yeah, well, Alex took her to see Moana 2.
Oh, so she's gone.
So
okay.
she has gone, and she just meant... So, like, she got the full movie experience, and, like...
We want Tony to go.
He would love it, though, and Leah just mentioned the other day,
What
she's
were we
like,
gonna
Mommy,
go
I'm
see?
gonna go...
Minecraft. No, we wanted to take him to see Sonic or
Sonic
Minions.
3.
Sonic, yeah.
But...
Because he watched Sonic 1 and 2
he
here.
keeps saying it's too loud.
And I'm like, oh, go see Sonic
And I'm like,
3.
okay, I get it.
Yeah.
He just does. He's zero interest.
Yeah.
Like, they watch movies at home.
Right.
We just watched Moana 2 here.
Okay.
Robin fell asleep during the very first opening song. He was zonked out and slept through the whole movie.
I won't take him to Minecraft because I don't want to see that.
Well, I would need to see it first because I don't know.
I'm not spending money on that movie.
It's going to be like the Mario movie, right?
That is a free... No.
I mean, worse, but like, isn't that the equivalent? It's made for kids. No?
Yeah.
The Mario movie was made for kids.
Yes, it's made for kids.
yeah.
Well, I looked it up.
So it's not like it's
I didn't look it up.
inappropriate.
There was an article the other day about it.
People are shitting on it already. It hasn't even come out.
Because it's so... Because look at what the game is, then look at what the movie is.
Like the actual
It looks. That's
of
why I said it's like the
Minecraft.
Mario movie. They're trying to make it like
No,
so...
just the quality itself. The game... Everything in the game looks like it's made out of... Like, for lack of a better term,
pixelated.
it looks like it's made out of Legos.
Right.
And
That's why Tony likes it.
And then in the
Yeah.
movie... The main person you play as in Minecraft is played by Jack Black as Jack Black.
Yeah, and then there's
And
Jason
then
Momoa.
like it's real people that are in it, and people are like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Did you get this from Xavier? Because he kept posting like
No.
He kept posting things. My nephew kept posting things on Instagram about how bad the
I've
casting was
I've
for
been
the
seeing
Minecraft
it.
movie.
I've been seeing it, but
This is where we get all of our.
I
pop
love
culture
Jack
love
Black.
it.
So
from a 14-year-old.
Hey.
I love Jack Black,
On
and I
Instagram.
don't know shit about Minecraft. So
I've never played.
but someone
What I know is from Tony.
I saw an article that also made it interesting, and it said like what the movie is not Minecraft, because in Minecraft there is no storyline.
And there's no speaking.
Well, they make noises, but there isn't talking, no. But like their point was like for Mario, there is a storyline.
Right, there's always it's Mario's trying to save Princess Peach
in
from
Minecraft. There
Yeah.
is no you start here and you end here. It's kind of
What's
just
the
like
goal?
a free
you
world.
just
You build stuff.
But like, is there ever a win?
Maybe
Like,
I
do
don't
you-
think so.
wars,
You can
but-
battle different like
So you just get
Creatures.
bigger,
creatures.
bigger?
I guess, yeah.
Like your kingdom gets.
Is it like
bigger, I
Animal
guess.
Crossing then? The same idea?
No.
Yeah.
Where like you have your little. I'm trying to think of like a game that I would understand that it's similar to.
I don't think there is a game that's
Oh.
similar.
It's not like The Sims.
I think the closest you could
R.I.P.
get.
Sims, I miss you.
Oh my god.
I think the closest
we
you
should
could
play it again because we just got our Wii out.
the closest you could get, I think, would be maybe Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Like
Where
just
you're
the
just building.
concept of building.
Yeah, but there's no
things.
money. Well, you earn
Yeah.
stuff, but I don't know that you. Well, no, I think you find stuff.
Like you
don't
find
earn
like
money.
weapons and
Like, But it's just essentially
Things
like
to
you're
help
building
you.
stuff, as far as I know.
that's
Okay.
that's what
I didn't know, like,
So there is no plot to the game.
Right. So what would the movie be about?
So, like, the movie is just, like, they...
Jack Black and Jason Momoa building shit.
Essentially...
Like, so what?
I think
what
it's
is
essentially
this?
they wrote a storyline and then kind of, like, fit it into the world of Minecraft.
That could make
Okay.
sense.
From what I saw.
And people don't like it? Minecraft people are like...
No, I think people are just
But,
like...
5-year-olds who are into
I think-
Minecraft will like it?
No, I think people are just like, A, why did this movie need to be made? And B, if you were going to make it, fine. But I think that's kind of the idea is, like, you made the Super Mario movie. And,
It was
like,
good.
It was good.
And
We
that's,
loved
that's,
it.
I think that's the
Yes.
point.
I
is,
mean,
like,
I've seen it enough now, but...
I think that's the point is, like, look at what that movie was.
Right.
Like, that guy, Mario looks like Mario. Luigi looks like Luigi. It's an animated movie because this is a video game.
Right. And you feel like you're watching the
With
game.
animated, like, clearly people who don't look like real people.
right.
Right.
Except maybe Danny DeVito. And then, like, here comes Minecraft, where the guy looks like he's made of blocks, but now he's played by Jack Black.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
one of
It
the
is
curviest
weird.
men on the planet.
It is weird that they didn't opt to do it like the Mario movie, where they just gave... But those characters don't have...
And the trailer...
That is weird.
the
I didn't think
trailer-
about that they don't
The trailer looked as if...
Oh, yeah.
The trailer looked as if, like, it's almost got, like, a Jumanji thing, where Jason Momoa and whoever's in that group go into Minecraft. Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So we bought Tony that lamb for Easter.
Like, why is that Minecraft, but he's not?
Right.
Why is the creeper still, like, that looks
Yeah.
like that, but then Jack Black is a human person?
Right.
Yeah, it is really confusing.
That is
And I'm pretty sure when you watch the trailer, Jason Momoa and, like, that group come into the game somehow, and I'm like,
And now I'm
is
slightly...
this Jumanji?
I'm slightly intrigued.
Oh,
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, like Jumanji.
I'm
But I
intrigued.
wouldn't pay for it now.
I will watch it when it's streaming on whatever platform it's streaming on, but I will not
Yeah,
pay
I
to
wouldn't
see
pay for it. But I mean, it doesn't matter because Tony has zero interest in going to the movies.
We'll find
Yeah.
something.
Eventually he will. It's just...
I thought he would want to see that, whatever the Paw Patrol movie was that came out.
Yeah,
God knows how long
the
ago.
Supercharge or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway.
Robin will probably want to go before Tony. Robin loves loud.
I miss people not expecting you to be available all the time. I kind of feel bad for the younger
Oh,
folks because now
uh-huh.
that almost everyone has a smartphone, people
Yep.
expect you to be available at all times, whenever and wherever.
That's kind of my mom, actually. Like, I feel like my mom expects us, like, because she thinks that, like, we're always on our phone and, like, everything.
Right, it's
like
right
that.
there.
And it's right there. It's so easy to access. So, like, whenever we don't, like, respond to her fast enough through text, she'll, like, call 10 minutes later. And, like, I pick up the phone and I'm like, Mom, like, are you okay? What's going on?
You only call if it's an
Talk about,
emergency.
you know,
You're right.
another
No one uses
thing.
this. 'Cause
No
this
one does
isn't-
this, yeah.
There's no this.
But it's only this.
Yeah, uh-huh.
But, you know, I'm, like, freaking out. I'm like, Mom, like, what's going on? Like, I'm sorry. Like, are you okay? She's like, oh, yeah. Like, why didn't you text me back? I'm like, Mom, because I'm in the middle of doing
Because you probably
X, Y,
texted
and
me
Z.
during the hours of 4 to 7,
Yes,
which is the
when I'm
absolute worst
When I'm
possible
drinking
time.
my wine, making dinner.
When I have one child who's literally trying to
Right.
crawl back up into
One-
where he came from,
right.
and the other one is aggressively slapping me in the butt.
Yep.
What's also
That's
the
very true. So very true.
it's also the epitome of what I always talk about, which is like our parents and older generations complain about millennials and people younger than millennials being on their phone all the time. When I can tell you for a fact, my
Yeah.
mom is on her phone all the time. My dad is on
Exactly.
his phone all the time. My uncle is on his phone all the time.
Well, and I feel
Yep.
like it's...
That's so true.
Is there even a lull in the conversation? Oh, okay, get your phone now.
Well, and I think, too, like, it is a bit of a novelty because, like, now they don't have little kids to deal with anymore, so,
Right.
like, they can kind of just,
they
like,
do
do
have
whatever
the
they
free
want.
time.
So they're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, look, I have this thing where I can,
Yeah.
like, play games. And,
Well, then
like,
the assumption is, well, I'm on my phone all the time.
so you should
Right.
be...
But
you're-
in my mind, as a Gen X or a boomer or whatever, you're always on your phone. So if I have my phone, then you're on your phone more than I am. So you
I
have to
don't-
have it.
I don't feel like we get it from, like, family members, but I could see it being in, like, a work scenario.
Well, my mom is very aware that my phone's just
Oh, no, right. But,
sitting on
like,
the table somewhere and-
not us personally.
Right.
But, like, in general,
general.
certain jobs where, like,
I guess maybe,
you're
I can see
expected to
that.
Well, I'm
respond
sure-
after hours because...
I don't know if I don't know if, like, my mother understands how it works, but I've made it very clear that my hottest and most brazen take is I leave my read receipts on.
Yeah,
So
leave
if
mine
I
on.
read, if you send me a text and I read it, you're gonna know I read it. Well, the whole notion
Oh, see, I
is
don't
you
have
leave
it on.
the whole notion is you leave it off.
I leave it on.
Do you know why people leave it off? So your significant other...
No, well,
That's why dudes turn it off.
you can do it for significant others. People do it for their
what?
friends,
Please
whatever.
enlighten me.
Not when you're married.
I know. I'm
But,
just
like, when you're dating...
People do it for their friends.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
like...
yeah.
In general, it can be used for that. But in
cares?
general,
Yeah.
the overall like average consensus is you leave your read receipts off because then you don't know whether I read it or not. So then it's not a big deal if
So
I don't respond
I can lie to you and say I never got it.
1,000%.
or I ghost you or whatever. And in my
Yes.
mind, I leave them on because if I don't answer you,
At least I know
there's
you
a
read
reason
it.
I didn't answer you.
Well, at least I know you read it.
Yeah, but I usually
yeah.
respond to every.
Because, like, I'll send you a text like, we're doing
Yeah.
this. And if it says read, I'm like,
Then you're like,
if you have a
understood.
problem with this,
Right.
here's your chance to say no,
Right.
and now we're doing
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Confirmed, done.
I also.
I agree with that. I
I'm
think
also-
that's
and then I know,
very
like,
helpful.
you I know you saw it.
I'm also the kind of person though, like, if I see on my phone that you texted me, I will pull down from the top and see
read
what it
it.
says in the moment.
And
But
then
I will
leave
not
it.
click on it.
And
So that
leave
when
it.
I go into my text, when
Then
I'm
it'll
at
say-
lunch or whatever, it still has the
that's why
notification.
Yeah.
have my watch.
I use a
It
watch,
helps, yeah. Right. But then sometimes when I read on the watch, it deletes the notification on my phone, and then I
Yes.
just like completely forget
And you can-
to respond.
you can-
I'm like, oh gosh, that
You
was from
can
2
make,
days
I know,
ago.
like, on mine, I can make it so if I look at it on my watch, it doesn't register as read on my phone.
oh,
So I can see it
I'll have to
here,
see if that's
but I
a
can't,
way.
like,
Yeah.
right.
you wouldn't know that I saw it, and then it will still be on my phone. So I just have it. I don't know if I have it set that way, but like
Yeah.
it's an option.
I'll have to see. Because
I have a Samsung phone and a Samsung watch, so like
Okay.
because they can
Right.
like talk to each other more than
Yeah.
like a Fitbit or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was the option of like read on the phone and then like. Or read it on your watch
Read on
and
the
read it on
watch,
your phone,
yeah.
or not. Like this
Yeah.
is independent from that.
I agree with you, and that's exactly why I didn't have it on for now. But now I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I don't care to change it. I don't care.
I mean,
I don't care. Like,
I think mine was on by default and I just never turned it off.
no,
I think it was like, yeah, with
It
the one
does.
update, it
Yeah.
was
And then
I know-
like on by
Yeah.
default.
I know people that like will not, it'll be days before they text me back. And I don't know if they read it. I don't know if they got it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't care.
And then it's
Like, I'm at that
and then I
point.
get the text back and it's like, "Oh, I saw it and I meant to answer you when I saw it." And I'm like, "This is why I don't read them until I can respond." Like if I'm at work.
I need to do better at that.
If I'm at work, I'll check it and see it's there, but I won't read it so that I can go and answer it
I'll
at lunch
just
or
leave
whatever.
them because like if the
But then I
notification's
also,
still there, at least
but then I
I'll
also
know it's
leave.
there.
Right.
I also leave the read receipts on, so that like you're aware that I've received this.
Yeah.
Even if I don't answer you, you know that I saw it. Because I know there's quite a few times where I'll send someone a text message, and I'm like, "Oh, did you get this?" No.
Right.
Like I texted you 3 hours ago. Why didn't you answer me? I didn't get that message. Like,
Right. I needed this.
Right.
I was looking for you.
yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for a response.
Um.
I have to do better at that, though, Brian. So thank you for reminding me.
When I was 6 years old, I used to put my dolls in my stroller and take them for a walk around the block by myself without an adult. This was in the 90s. Nowadays, kids can't go off on their own like that.
When I was in middle school, we used to get home from school and go to Dairy Queen for French fries and then walk across the street to Zimmer's Pets.
Oh.
Like every day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let Tony go out in our backyard by himself.
Yeah, no.
I mean, granted, he's only 5, so it's a little different. But like,
no. I always tell the girls, I'm like, I'm going in the house to get something. You girls need to stand right in front of the front door where our camera
Luckily,
is so I can,
on this
get anything.
on this street, we're on a dead end,
Mm-hmm.
and there's starting to be some more kids now,
Oh,
but there's a
good.
woman across the street, and her son is a little older than Tony, but Tony was out riding his bike, and they came over and said, like, could we, like, ride bikes with you? I'm like, absolutely. I'm like, She was like, he's been wanting to come over for a while, but like he was just too scared. I'm like, don't even worry about it. If Tony's outside, you are welcome to come over and play. And then like I was talking to his mom, and she was like, I just want to let you know that like I know you don't let your kids out by themselves, and if I see one outside, I will come get them.
Oh.
So like they're all. She's like, and I was like, absolutely same.
Yeah.
If your kid's in the street, I will.
Yeah.
I will. I'm not going to yell at him, but I will watch him for you.
Right.
Like, because she's always out with them.
Oh,
so it was one of those, but
like common.
That's the difference now. Like, everybody's got to be watching.
We have to
versus
together,
like
right.
when we were little, it was like go outside, come home when it gets dark.
Yeah.
And I grew up on a dead end, so like very similar. Like we're not worried about cars.
And see, and I guess it was different for me because we grew up on such a busy street. Like, there were cars constantly. So there weren't really any places where we could walk without risking our lives.
Yeah, like, we could go up to, like, East Philadelphia Avenue, where there's a McDonald's. Like, we could walk on that sidewalk and be perfectly fine.
Sidewalk,
and then, like, knew how to... Like, I was old enough. Like, I knew how to cross the street. So, like... We could just go. We would go to Pizza Hut when it was there.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, you didn't have to ever drive.
Good places there, yeah.
It was a great spot.
It was a really good spot.
Yeah, we had tons of little, like, stores and stuff to go to. Because in that, where Weiss was, there used to be tons. There was, like, a unclaimed freight. We used to go buy Pogs. Mm-hmm. Now I'm like, no, you can't go anywhere. Now, granted, where are you going to walk to from here? Wawa?
Right. Nino's.
You can't walk on the street.
Yeah.
I would let him go to Nino's from here. But, like, not in this climate. But, like...
Well, I was just commenting.
Because you can walk in the grass.
We were coming back from Costco, and we were on that one street right by Mandrake Park. Mm-hmm. And there were these kids, I'm assuming, coming back from the park. Or one kid was, like, riding a bike, I'm assuming, to the park. And two kids are coming back from the park and just walking on that... I forget what road it is. Like, Kugler?
Yeah, Kugler. Yep.
Yeah. But again, it's like it's a narrow road, like cars
and
zip down there.
Do you know which side of the road you're supposed to be on for walking versus riding your bike?
The opposite.
But if you're riding a bike, you have to go with traffic because you're considered a car. Right, but when you're walking, you have to go against traffic.
That's why I wouldn't let them walk in Nino's.
Right.
How people drive on the
Do you know? Obviously not now, but when he was like older.
Yeah.
But I don't think even see people walking around here though, because there's no sidewalk.
It's not
because the streets are a nightmare.
Yeah, just get delivery if you want to go to Nino's. Just go get delivery.
Just get DiGiorno. Number 4, flip phones were so satisfying to slam shut after a particularly frustrating and infuriating phone call.
Do you know what's so funny?
The snap of metal against metal was delicious and cathartic.
So I follow someone on YouTube who does like just little vlogs now and then, and she had one the other day where she's like, I fell down a rabbit hole of like nostalgic things, and she bought a razor, and she's like slamming it down. Like
it felt so good.
She's like, no, like. Kids will never know this.
Never understand.
Of like, they don't even understand that like that's how you like that's slamming the phone down because you don't do that.
Yeah, like you can't do it. Yeah, but then you're gonna shatter your screen.
But like, it doesn't do anything,
and it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't fulfill that
hang up. I can't just hang up on you. Like,
it is done.
When you had to use a landline, the call didn't drop. I hung up on you, and you knew it. Now, if I hang up on you, you just think the call dropped.
Right.
Oh,
you true.
You probably just ran out of service, or like it just dropped.
Did you hit a bad spot?
No, I fucking hung up on you, you asshole. It doesn't register. The person on the other end doesn't care. No. You're so fired up, and they don't give a shit.
No. Oh, that was
They do still have them.
Well, aren't they trying to remake them now?
Yeah, and they're like trying to bring back like the BlackBerry and like the non-touch phones. Mm-hmm. And like I was so resistant. I had a BlackBerry for a long time.
Yeah.
And I loved like the rolly ball, and then when they got rid of the rolly ball, it wasn't as fun.
It wasn't the same. Yeah.
And I had one of those like the flip up.
Oh, the slide up.
Flip. Yeah. It could flip up or turn it and flip it this way with the big keyboard.
This not the sidekick, no.
It had like
it had like a sidekick S.
Yes. So it went like up and over. Oh, so fun.
think I remember that.
But my roommate in college had the one that you could flip up and then turn the screen and flip it down so the screen was on the outside.
Oh.
Which was like the
was
early
the
stages of
Yes.
like the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So fancy.
I had a cell phone that was literally
Oh my
that
God,
big.
me too.
Do you remember the baby
Virgin,
one?
like a Virgin phone. Where it was
No,
like
it
the
wasn't.
prepaid.
No, it was
I had a prepaid phone.
No, it wasn't a prepaid phone. No, it was literally that big. It was like some.
Oh,
weird,
like the
it
little
was really
silver.
blue.
Was it silver?
It was silver. It was blue. You could change the cover.
Remember the Nokia with like the plates where you could take the buttons and the plate off? You didn't know. I was long after you. You probably had
I
a,
knew about
you
it.
probably had a
No,
Nextel
you
phone. You don't know the
I
joy
did
of-
have a Nextel phone.
So that,
Where you
Oh,
at?
my dad had that.
Where you
I
at?
I had
always
one because
wanted one.
so my dad
Yeah.
had a Nextel phone through work. It was probably the same
Fair.
thing, like for the
Fair.
firehouse, like they all
Yeah.
had them. So when I needed a phone, we went to Nextel,
And you got it.
I had the black brick that you could run over with the truck.
Love it.
And my dad used to chirp me at school, like when I was in college. He used to chirp, and I'm like, "Stop it!" Because it would just be like, "Brr, "What are you doing?" And
Where you at?
What?
That was the commercial. Where you at?
Oh, see, I always wanted one of those because I thought.
No, they were so annoying.
And then I had that silver flip phone that had the play button on the front
Yes.
and the screen.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was.
Oh my
that's
God.
a good one.
I want a flip phone now just so I can slam it shut.
I
What
know.
was I?
Just to fulfill
Five.
I think
some
we might
rage.
still have one of
I had the
those.
pink razor. Oh my God, I miss it so much. want
I
it back.
kind of miss entertainment being more rare. You'd maybe see a movie or TV show once or twice, and that's what made it so fun to watch. Even with shows that had a specific time slot, you'd actually have to tune in
Yep, or
instead
record
of
it.
just getting to watch whenever. It made things seem more special,
Yes.
and I appreciated it more.
Yes. Or like when you would watch like movies you didn't own.
Yeah,
So you'd
have
watch
to
like
record it
or
on
like
the
TBS
VHS.
or like you'd have to and you didn't really even have the guide channel, so you would just sit there and hope that a good movie came on next.
I remember coming home from school and hearing my dad blasting music from halfway up the street. Those heavy and bulky stereos from back in the day were no joke. The sound quality was absolutely incredible.
Oh shit.
And often it would be used for communal listening. There was something so special about having to lug around a gigantic boombox.
My brother had one of those like the Say Anything, like the big
That's what-
silver
that's what they're talking
things.
about.
I think that's what. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had
Yeah.
that. Oh my God, the sound quality was garbage. It was everything sounded like this. Where it was like
Maybe that was just yours.
in a tunnel. No, that's just how. Because like on that, this is like
Yeah.
cloth,
Oh right.
So it would, like,
Of course it
vibrate.
would be
Yeah,
muffled.
I know what speakers are.
but not speakers now. The speakers now are like
Speakers
this.
are just
That's a microphone.
Yeah, but they're
No,
hard.
they don't have a
They don't
cover
have
over
that
top
soft.
of it. I know exactly what
Even
you're
if
talking
you-
about.
And you know you
No,
poked it as
No,
a kid.
you're talking about like a Bluetooth
Yeah,
speaker. If you get like a legitimate like sound system speaker, that's what they still are.
They're still the cloth?
Yes.
Because our soundbar's not. It's hard. It has a cloth
haven't
over it, but it's
seen-
hard.
I haven't seen a speaker with cloth on.
I'm going to go to Best Buy and
Let's go
pump
together.
the speakers.
Yes, just do it. So satisfying.
We'll go find some flip phones and slam.
Yes! Let's do it.
They'll be like, what are these fucking millennials doing here?
Oh God.
Why are these girls just yelling in the cell phone aisle and then slamming it shut? And then
Why is this one poking our speakers?
It'll be so much fun.
As someone who was bullied terribly in high school, I find that modern technology erased the knowing that it was over at the end of the day. This got real depressing. When I left school, I left the bullies there too. Now with kids on their phones every second of the day, it never stops.
Right,
You don't get to
bullying
leave
has
the bullies
changed.
at school. They
Right.
follow you home and bombard you online.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think I would have
awful.
survived high school if I couldn't get away from those kids.
Well, that's a whole different. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one went a bit far, but
Yeah,
yes,
depressing.
bullying.
Yes.
It did change bullying.
Thanks,
for kids.
BuzzFeed. Cars used to be smaller and slower. It seems like walking, cycling, and crossing the street was a lot safer back in the day, and you didn't have to be so vigilant.
Well, it's just because people aren't paying any attention.
This sounds like
Yeah.
someone who drove a horse and buggy,
I was gonna
Oh my
say,
gosh, we saw a
cars were
horse and
so-
buggy like 2 weeks ago, and I lost my
or like
mind.
a
As
model,
if I'd never seen one
or like
before.
a Model T. Like this comment screams like cars used to be smaller and slower.
They also didn't have windshields or roofs.
Yeah, right? Like, what are your seatbelts.
Yeah.
You know?
And you all sat in one row.
Kids were thrown in the trunk.
Yeah, they were just hanging off the side.
Just, you know.
Wheels used to be made of wood.
Yeah.
And they were square.
And they were
That's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I guess.
all I ever think
guess,
of when
yeah.
I see people that,
I just think cars are louder now. That's all.
all I ever think of when I see people that hate electric vehicles is the meme of like people on horseback feared the Model T.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
right.
100% that's what this is. Paper maps. Don't get me wrong, I love GPS when I'm the one driving, but I always did think it was so fun and whimsical as a passenger being able to follow the route on a paper map
Did anyone-
while on a road trip.
Yeah, until you got
So-
lost. And then
Yeah,
you're like,
no.
well, now we're screwed.
So I don't like paper maps. I don't.
Do you remember-
Alex is the kind of person. No, listen. So I'm a GPS girl, obviously, but
Me
like,
too. I use GPS to leave
Yeah.
this house.
But listen, Alex, he doesn't like I need to see the directions like listed out for me. Like,
Oh, no,
turn
just throw them at me as I
mean,
need
that's
them.
me too. Like, I do that, but like,
Oh, you need
Alex,
MapQuest.
Oh, you want to see you want to see your your whole course.
MapQuest.
Kind of, yeah, but I go with the flow too. But
Yes.
sometimes I like to know, like, okay, I'm gonna turn right in 2 miles or whatever.
Right. And then pretty soon I'm gonna have to turn again.
Yes.
Yep.
But Alex is the kind where like he has to look at a map and read it.
How does he read a map?
I don't know. That's what I'm like.
No, wait.
I have no idea.
Growing up, how were you given directions? With street names or with like landmarks? You should
I think
Go
that
find my
for
dad.
me, I think it was landmarks.
Landmarks.
That's what helped me learn where things were.
go
was
find my
landmarks.
dad and ask him to get somewhere.
Why? Is he the worst? Or is he like
His
does he know how to
directions
read?
are. Oh, he can read a map,
Okay.
and he could tell you how to get from here to anywhere, from here to Florida. But like, it's gonna be you're gonna go about 10 miles, and when you see a tree that's about 7.5 feet tall, you're gonna turn right.
But see, that'll help me.
And then you get there, you're like, okay, there it is.
There's a
and I'm gonna
7-foot
turn right.
tree.
He's like, then you're gonna find a house that has a weird looking cat in the front. You're gonna turn left.
Oh,
and then you
hi,
get
kitty cat.
and there it is.
Yeah.
And you're like, how?
My dad is street names.
How? Which is less helpful to
And
me.
I'm like, I don't have
Yeah.
a fucking clue where that is.
It'll tell. It's like it's over on this, and this. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What's
See,
it
I feel
near?
like I need both.
What's
now.
it
like,
near?
I need, yeah,
Still
like I need a
doesn't.
I need a
landmark
near.
and I need like a street sign.
I need a what's it near. That's when we drive around the
Yeah.
mountains. The first time we started driving, I'm like, listen, this directions are gonna get real weird
We
once
would
we
go
get off
up-
the highway.
We would get up there, and your dad's like, "Oh, how'd you come?" And it's whatever, 662 or 274,
uses,
and I'm
like-
like, I don't have a fucking clue what either one of
I'm
those
like,
are.
Right.
And then
yeah,
I'm
I
like,
don't
no.
know
highway.
either.
We
Yeah.
went over.
That's what I would say too.
No, here,
That's what
your
I would
options
say too.
are.
I'm like, I don't know.
You
I followed
went-
the mountains.
You went over by the pump. You came in by the pump and panty, and
Yeah.
you turned at the Ford dealership.
Yeah.
Or did you come over by the miniature horses and then you made a left at the Ford dealership? Or
He doesn't ask me that. He asks me
or did you
numbers.
did you
That
come
is
through
so
the back
funny.
way? That if you tell him
That's
like
what-
no, we
okay.
went over by the airplane on the road. And he's like,
Oh,
oh yeah. It's like I don't understand why but that's where he knows. Did
Yeah.
you go to the pump and panty? It's actually the pump and pantry is what it's really called, but we call it the pump and panty.
I like it.
My dad still does it at work. We'll be going to a job, and we have GPSs in the trucks. Oh, it's over here, and he's like giving directions. I'm like, just give me the fucking address. I don't
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. It's a job we've been to before. Oh, you don't remember this? I'm like,
No.
in my mind, I'm just like, we have been in.
I can't believe you can't remember how to get there because we drive somewhere once and you're like, oh, I don't need
Well,
directions.
no. Here's the thing. You're correct on that, but it's like when we go.
I need directions
When we go
I
to
still
a
put it in the GPS.
when
come
we
to your
go
house.
to a friend's
For me, it's
house.
so easy. It's like 2 turns.
When we go to a friend's house, I can memorize it immediately.
It takes me
The
many
issue,
times.
couple
the
times.
issue in the summer at work is so we just pool season has started for us.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It's now we'll just be general and say April 1st, pool season starts.
You're gonna be busy.
By July, he is trying to give me directions to a job we've been to once, maybe twice. And in my mind, all I'm thinking is, do you know how many housing developments I have been
Yeah,
in
right.
in the past 3 weeks?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Uh-huh. And they
Not
all
much
start
less
the same.
3
Yeah.
months, and they're all over the place
Mm-hmm.
from one end of the state to the other. and you're expecting me to remember this specific one we were at a month ago.
Do you think that directions are like a firefighter thing?
100%. 100%.
Because like my dad,
like situation, like do you remember that time when like
I just like my dad can tell you
cat from a burning from the window.
I don't
right
understand,
there. Like you know what I mean?
How he knows like every street in the town we live in.
Because when you get in the truck to go to a fire, you have to know where you're going.
Yeah, but they have GPS in the truck.
Yeah, but they didn't when he was starting.
I guess in the 70s.
That I could see, yeah.
That's why.
That's why. You have to know the town.
It's just
so
unbelievable.
Because it
I
used
know
to be.
You have to be able to know how to get there the fastest, too. Not where it is.
And even
how
with the
to get there
GPS, you don't have the time to get in and put it in there.
But that's what your co-pilot's for.
Yeah, but even then,
because the computer's in the passenger seat.
You have to know bare minimum what direction to pull out of the station to go. Yeah.
But like
because you can get it up on the GPS, but if you pull out and go left, then you should have went right.
But then, like, do you think that then branches out into like not just where you're a fireman, but like every street? Like, is it a weird situational awareness? Like the way cops have it, where like they always know where the exit is.
I think you have to you have to go there frequently. You don't know it like.
I don't know. I feel like my dad goes somewhere one time and he just like knows where it is.
No, not street names today. He might know landmarks.
Landmarks is always
but that's what I mean. I'm talking about street names because like
I don't even know what street I live on.
My dad does it for those jobs, but it's always like you turn off of Ridge. Like he has the main highway or whatever it is that you're on for the majority of the time. You turn left onto whatever, then you follow that up, and it's just like, just give me the goddamn address.
Yeah, just give me the address. I use the address for everything, and like I just don't even have any shame about
10
it.
10 minutes telling me where this job is. Just give me the address.
I mean, I use it for traffic now too. Like,
put
it in. Like, if I know how to get there, but like, I just want to know.
I use it every time I have to go into the office. I put because I have to take 422, and if there's an accident, I gotta know.
Yeah,
Kelly needs it to get to the stop sign out here.
So I can get to the stop sign, but then I immediately forget if we need to turn left or right.
Barely.
Every time. I'm like, where are we going? The worst is when we used to go to Royersford
and then dating, and we'd be leaving your parents' house.
Yeah.
And I grew up in Pottstown. You grew up in Gilbertstown. And you're like, which direction? We get out to Swamp, and you're like, which way am I going? I'm like, Jesus Christ. How do you not know where you are?
No, I'm always like, what's the easiest way to get there from here?
But see, that's the thing. Like, thinking that's different now. Like, not knowing where you're going versus the easiest way.
But no, I would not know where we're going.
She doesn't know. She has no idea.
She just
has
no
idea.
No. And the worst is now, we used to live in Phoenix.
We lived in Phoenix for how long? You would leave somewhere and she doesn't know how to get home. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
And now, we'll be in Royersford. I'm like, how do we get to Phoenixville from here? And he's like, you go up that way. I'm like, what way?
I know. I'm like, oh.
He's like, go by the Wawa. I'm like, and then what? I'm like, oh, and then you go by that record store.
You get in a car. With her. You get in a car with her to go anywhere, and I'm like, Jesus, you're like if Hansel and Gretel had brain damage. What the fuck is happening now?
Not a clue.
Meanwhile, we go to Lauren and Paul's old house. I went there once and then got in the car and didn't need the GPS. I knew where I was going and an alternative route than the way you took me.
And I'm like, what are we doing here? How do we get here? It's just
you're like, how did you know where to go? I'm like,
directions are not for me.
No.
Well, the way you took me the first time, you're like, how'd you know how to get here? I'm like, you literally get on 422, get off in Collegeville, turn left on the ramp.
2 exits. Mind you.
Yeah.
2 exits.
It's 8 miles from here to Audubon. And that's 4 miles from Collegeville, which is 2 miles from Royersford, which is 1 mile from here. Why I know that, I have no idea. But I know exactly how many miles between every exit from Pottstown to Oaks.
Because you run your car on E.
No, because I used to drive from my parents' house to Oaks.
E.
No, and it would be like, okay... It really was. I can tell you every place you could get coffee.
There's a Wawa at this exit. I can make it to this exit.
I can make it to this exit.
It's never a thing. Only once did I run out of gas. And where was it?
Okay.
I literally
at that
coasted.
stop sign she can't get to.
I coasted. Mm-hmm. And my car died right at the end of that straightaway.
Half tank, folks.
We walked home. Brian's like, what happened? I'm like, the car's right there. Tony's like, the car's dead. And I'm like, well, either the battery died, Or
It did not.
potentially,
It did not.
we ran out of gas. We ran out of gas.
Oh, that's funny.
Only happened one time. Did I learn?
Nope.
I grew up in Michigan, so we had snow days often. In the mornings before school, I'd sit right by the TV,
yep.
bundled up in blankets, waiting to see if school
The
was closed.
scroll.
God, that feeling was the best. Nowadays, notices are sent through email.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one thing I'm kind of thankful for. Because then, like, as soon as I
We also
get
don't
up,
have cable, so we wouldn't be able to know if it was still on TV.
you can just Google it.
Yeah, you can just Google it.
You can, but we wouldn't be able to watch it on TV.
Well, maybe.
No.
No,
Where?
you don't have cable.
Well, we have basic cable.
No.
Can't we get like 3, 6, and 10?
You need
Some.
you need
Oh,
like
we
an
need a
antenna.
converter
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Well, we
So
would
then
never
I guess
know.
we would never know.
Tony's teacher text. Oh, also, my mom will text me at 4 in the morning when it's snowing.
Because they have TV. They watch
But
the
also,
news.
she's awake and she
awake,
checks
yeah. And they
watch the
because
news in the morning.
she will be taking
That's
Tony
what
to
she
school.
does,
She's
yeah.
like, he doesn't have school today.
But she's a boomer. She watches news in the morning.
I don't think she turns the TV on, honestly, unless it's for the weather.
Yeah, probably for that. Like, if it's snowing.
The weather, the traffic, yeah.
Going to Disneyland on a whim. Back then, you just show up whenever, go to the ticket booth, buy your pass, and go in.
I mean, you can still do that.
Disneyland wasn't super cheap, but at least the prices weren't so expensive. It felt like you had to mortgage your house. There also used to be a lot more cast members and characters walking around. Now they had a lot more freedom to be interactive. Now there are all these different passes and
Yeah.
tiers, and you have to book in advance.
You don't have to, no.
You can just like show up. Well, I guess if you live in Florida.
Yeah, either one.
Or if you're
Disneyland
living,
more
it's
so.
better in California. California is more of a walk up because it's like Dutch Wonderland.
Yeah.
Like if you
okay.
drive through Lancaster, Dutch Wonderland's just like shopping
There.
mall,
Yeah.
gas station,
There's
amusement
Dutch
park.
Wonderland,
That's
yeah.
Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
It's just smacking.
Just in the middle.
Bob Iger did a thing justifying why it's so expensive. And I was
But we
just
remember
laughing
we
hysterically.
looked it up and like it's
His argument was essentially for what you're getting compared to other avenues
how
of
much
entertainment.
it's gone
Well,
up every year.
His
It really
comparison,
isn't that much.
his comparison
It's-
For what you're
was
getting. Yeah.
and but like it's just
his
the way inflation has
comparison.
gone.
His comparison was as opposed like the value for what you get if you book a trip to Disney World is better than the value you get going to sporting events and stuff. And I'm like, you're describing an event that takes 2 hours versus a full week vacation.
That's a weird
Yeah.
comparison.
I don't know. If
Also,
that-
yes, we looked up the price, like the rising prices of Disney.
It's only gone up like
tickets.
so many % every year.
But you're making the
Ticket
grave
price.
you're making the grave error that many conservatives make in America, where you're talking about stuff like that and you're like, oh, well, it's always done this. But what you're not talking about is how this has progressively gone up.
Oh well,
But
yeah.
the paycheck people
no,
get
no.
has
Yeah,
stayed
but
the
I mean,
same.
like in terms of like their ticket prices.
The amount of money this costs has gone up. The amount of money I make
Well,
has not.
The other problem is their ticket prices have gone up a
Yes.
consistent 5% every whatever.
Yes.
So like this is their model and it's been their model since the day they opened. The problem is it's not just that.
It's not just the ticket price.
It's also the travel to get there, and gas has gone up astronomically.
Well, in
compared
terms
to
of
what it
just
used to be.
in terms of just Disney,
it's all,
when Disney,
especially in Florida.
when Disneyland opens and when Disney World opens, you buy your ticket and you go to the park, and that's the end of it.
right.
Now in 2025, you buy your ticket. You can buy either a park hopper or just a
Yeah, there's
regular
so many
one-day
options.
ticket.
Right.
There's those options. Then you get into the park. You can either stand in a 4-hour line to ride whatever ride you want to ride, or you can pay to get a fast pass to ride the ride and
Right.
stand in an hour-long line because the fast passes are so heavily demanded.
Yeah. Well, and like your room is more expensive, your food is more
Right.
expensive.
the
So
meal
like,
plans
but just
and- yeah.
at
Well,
the
the room
very
doesn't have to be.
minimum,
The room
like
is your choice.
the
Everything outside of the ticket price is kind of your
But
choice.
even like the
but-
meal plan,
But
like
the
I
f-
remember going and just like having to like make a decision, like where are you going to eat on this day? And it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of
The
want to
worst was
see
when we
what
went-
happens
when you had to make reservations.
Yes.
It was and like
I mean
COVID.
that I can understand
COVID
making
era.
reservations, but like just plan. This was pre-COVID, and just like planning a trip. Like
Yeah.
we had to
But
be
that's how my
at
mom-
this
when my
restaurant
mom,
at 5
like, would
o'clock.
plan
Well, she meant for the parks. When we went during the
But you also had a dinner
post-
reservation. You couldn't walk into a restaurant. You had to have a reservation.
But in the post-COVID era, you had to have your...
Oh, yeah.
You had to have a reservation for the park. You could not park hop anymore.
Yeah.
You had to get, like, you were...
Right, so
Monday,
when you
had a
tickets,
reservation for Magic Kingdom. You could go to Magic Kingdom, and that was it.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're not confident if you left, you could get back in. We never figured that out.
We never tried. Yeah.
No. And then...
You had to have a dinner
because of
reservation.
COVID protocol, you could not
Right.
just walk into a restaurant anywhere and get food. You had to have a
Quick
reservation.
service you could, but...
Right.
But even then, I think you had to like mobile order or something.
Yeah.
You couldn't just walk into
Right.
the restaurant and
Yeah.
get food.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. But their ticket price, it was... it's not like one day they're just like, oh, they used to be $50 and now they're $300.
Yeah.
Right.
But
slowly things have gone
the
up.
other issue is it's no longer like...
Yeah.
But it's not... I mean, we don't live close by, so we don't know, like, the
Well,
whim
also,
of it.
back in the day, Disney was Disney.
It was also just a park.
Now you've got Disney and all these other theme parks,
Yeah.
and then you have to pay for your cable and your streaming and all these other bills that went like
Yeah.
the world at large changed dramatically.
Yep.
Right.
Over time, and like yes, Disney continued to just do the things they were always doing, but everything around
Yes.
them also
It
changed.
also
and
became
it didn't-
difficult
Yeah.
because it used to be something that like everyone could afford, and now it's an extreme
Now
luxury.
it's- right.
Yeah, I don't know that I buy into the whole like they've priced people
No,
out.
but I don't know. They didn't. But like the world has.
Well, that's the argument is
Yes.
that
They didn't.
they're pricing out people and they're making
not.
it, which kind of to Bob Iger's point for the argument of people who make, because that was another part of his whole thing. I don't know if it was a shareholder thing or where I saw that he made these statements, but like for the people that complain about like, oh, they're pushing people away and pricing people out, Bob Iger's like, I've been to Magic Kingdom recently and like it's packed.
Yeah.
There's people everywhere.
Yeah.
That's just the thing that people
So
say.
like it's a thing
yeah.
of like
It may be coming even more of a once in a lifetime versus
well, I think
a
the issue
multiple like when your kids
I
are
think-
little.
I think
Like
the
for
thing
families,
is,
it's becoming more. We're going to do this once.
I think in terms of like the trip in general, I don't think it is becoming less of a or more of a once in a lifetime thing. I think it depends on what you're getting out of it, and we talk about this a
And
lot.
how much you put like into
But
the
like
trip?
Because we talk
just
about this a
because
lot,
of
'cause
the,
you
the
can-
overall cost, your flight or the travel, like or your gas and the
But
room.
my point is, even with all that, I think you can still make it work to go. You're not going every year or whatever, but like you can go multiple times. But it's
you
like
don't have
you
to
and
go
I,
all. Yeah.
like you and I have said,
Yeah.
like you and I have said, it becomes more dependent on what you're looking to get
Yes,
out of your trip.
yes,
Are you
yes,
going
that's
into
true.
your first Disney trip acknowledging that you will not be able to do everything in one trip? Or are you going to go and try to do everything? Because if you're going to try to do everything,
That's
you're going to
why,
pay for
yes.
Genie
You're gonna-
Plus,
yeah.
and you're going to pay for all the
Right,
extra
yep.
stuff because
Yeah,
you want to get everything
That's
done.
true.
Yeah,
Instead of
yeah.
saving that money
because
and putting it towards a trip 3 years from now, 5 years from now,
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
where you can go back. Because yes, they change stuff a lot in those parks, but they don't change that frequently.
No.
They don't.
And to get all the extras needed. So if you wanted to go on all the like their top tier rides, you're gonna buy Genie Plus every day, which is another park ticket cost. But then you have to pay extra for their top tier. So you're gonna pay another $35 or whatever it is per ride. So that's essentially you're buying 2 park tickets every day per person in your party. Regardless of whether they're going to go on that ride, because you all have to have it.
Right.
Like, it's not...
You can't do it just for select
No, I
people.
don't think
It's a
so.
plan.
Like, you have to... Your
Yeah.
tickets,
sense.
like,
Yeah.
it's all together. It's all or nothing.
right.
So, like, and when it used to be, like, the free Fast Pass, like, who cares? So you just don't use it. And then
Yeah.
in an hour, they release it and someone else goes on. But now when you have to pay for it...
Just get rid of the fast passes.
I mean, your lines would move a lot faster.
I do have a Disney question though. Speaking,
Yes.
it's funny.
By only.
So my mom actually just texted me this earlier today. If you write to a Disney character, they will
Correct.
write back.
Correct.
Is this the correct address?
I have to look it up.
Okay. Because she's like, I don't know if the address is still good. I was like, and I think
it is
you're
true.
the one that told me about it.
Because you can invite them to your wedding.
Right.
And they won't attend, but they'll send you a wedding card.
They'll send you a wedding card. Right.
And I'm pretty sure that is still true.
Yeah, and that's what, I was like, I'm pretty sure you could write to Mickey, but I was like, I didn't know if you could write to all
I think it's any
characters.
character.
Yeah, any. Okay.
Yes. I'll have to look.
All right. Well,
but you can, I'm sure you can Google it, but that is, yes, they will.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but she's like, you might want to double check
it's the generic card that you get, but if it's for kids,
I saw a thing.
That's how you got my Cinderella.
Well, that's what we did. We legit asked her, but we just gave her the thing and said, can you sign this? And she did.
I still have that.
I'm gonna take those white water bottles and get them signed still, but
if you ever go with your kids, take a water bottle instead of a thing,
autograph book,
and then you can just seal it. We did it for Tony and Robin.
We only got a handful of them though, so we're gonna take them
but I think it's meant to take multiple.
Yeah.
We just didn't.
We kept forgetting about it.
Yeah.
We didn't meet a lot of characters. Though.
No, we did a lot. Well, because they did get them at the character dinners that we did, but whatever.
That was mostly how we got
the
them.
new thing I saw is you buy the Lorcana cards and you have the characters sign their own Lorcana card.
That's fun. It's a card game, like a Disney Disney trading card game.
Okay.
I miss having proper storm days. Where I live, they don't even let kids stay home and not do schoolwork during extreme storm days.
Oh.
The school was closed, but my kids were directed to just switch to online learning like how it was during the pandemic. I ended up just emailing the school from my phone and telling them our internet was out so that the kids and I could have a real storm day.
I don't think they do that anymore.
Were some of my favorite memories growing up.
They still do virtual days.
And I wanted to share that with my kiddos and have them experience the same thing.
Days.
No, where there was a snow day, but they did virtual learning instead. I think in Boyertown
they actually do.
Because I thought, I don't know, because Tony's
it
would be different, but so his school follows the Boyertown if they're closed, we're closed. And Boyertown had snow days, but I didn't look at their stuff to see if it was.
They do build in snow days, but then they also have to apply for, and this is I'm a little shy of I'm not as familiar with how it works now, but I'm pretty sure you have to apply for a certain amount of asynchronous days or virtual learning days. So they're built in kind of to the calendar. Yeah, because with the school district that I live in, I'm not going to name names, but...
are you in the same one we are now?
No.
No, you're further away.
Yeah.
I was just checking. I'm no, you're way further away.
Yeah, we're the neighboring one. But anyway, I think it was last year, our superintendent missed a deadline to apply for virtual learning. So, and I think they had 3 or 4 snow days or whatever, but they had to make them snow days. They couldn't make them up. So then they tacked on to it at the end of the school year.
So they didn't have, because we used to get however many snow days. And then if you had too many, they would either take away from your the spring break, or they would add them at the end.
Right, and that's so they used up all their snow days, so then they had to take away.
Got it.
Yeah, because
so
they had the deadline.
They do
apply.
still, at least around here, they still offer snow days, but they also have they
when
could do it.
When I was in school, they didn't. Pottsgrove never built in snow days.
So you had to make all of them up. How's that possible?
It wasn't until my.
That's weird.
Junior or senior year that they started doing that. Every other year before that, you had a snow day, and then they just tacked it on to the end of the year.
That must be some weird kind of funding situation. Yeah. Or the school just didn't. They wanted to go from this day to this day.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
That is weird. I wonder.
I think we had 3, and then it would be.
Yeah,
if you needed more than 3, because I remember there was a humongous blizzard when we were young, and we were off from school for over a week, and it would have been when you were it was probably your first winter, because I think it was 1992. We had a banger of
96, the blizzard of 96,
where it lasted forever.
Yeah, it was 20 inches. That's 96.
We had another one when I was in school.
Yeah.
Bryce.
No, there was another one.
Bryce Carter stayed at my house.
I was at a friend's house for several days.
We had a sleepover. Really? We had a sleepover night 1.
Yeah.
And then
it just turned into
it kept snowing
10, and it didn't stop.
Yeah, I was at a friend's house.
Wild. Oh my gosh.
My dad came and got me eventually, but I remember I was there for like several days.
Wow.
Camping out to get concert tickets was so much fun. So fun, it was almost ridiculous.
I never did that.
I never camped out, but like
we would call and order pizza from a payphone, and the pizza delivery people would drive around just waiting to be flagged down by one of the campers.
I love that.
I mean, the same could be said for like the Black Friday where you would like go and stand in line. But that's not really like kids.
Analog controls in cars were awesome. I think digital in cars can be done well, but it often isn't. When my car is in reverse, I can't change the radio station or touch the AC because the entire touchscreen shows the backup camera. That's so dumb.
Well, you can from your steering wheel.
Gen Xer here. I remember when we had to dial 0 to get a phone operator on a line to help place collect calls. It used to be such a big deal back then.
Why are you placing collect calls? Who are you calling collect? We had a baby eats a boy. Remember the commercial?
I do.
Oh, God.
Of course you do. It's so great. We had a baby eats a boy. And then they're like, okay, bye. And they just hang up.
Yeah.
And it's like, tired of making collect calls. It was an AT&T prepaid.
I had
that card for when I would travel.
I vividly remember the Carrot Top commercials for AT&T.
I don't remember those.
I vaguely do.
I only remember the bell.
Because the whole slogan was 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you and cheap for them.
Yes.
That was the whole... and it was always Carrot Top.
I do remember that.
Top.
It's free for you and cheap for them. I had the card where like you would call the number and then you would call the number you wanted to call because when I would go like away and you would use a payphone because when I was in high school I used to call Brad from a payphone when I would travel.
Not knowing what songs were playing was actually pretty fun. I was born in the 90s, but I still taped songs off the radio for a while. If I heard a song I absolutely loved, I'd wait for the DJ to say what it was and who sung it. When the DJ didn't, I'd wait days until they played it again. I'd tape the song, then play it for my older brother so that he could tell me what it was. Fun fact, one of the songs was Take On Me.
Oh my gosh, we probably, if you search my parents' basement, there's probably tons of tape.
Fun fact, I'd wait days until they played it again. Modern radio, you could wait probably 3 hours and they'll play the song again.
If that.
Truth.
Wait 15 minutes.
Checking
your
your answering machine when you got home. It just was so unexpected because you didn't know whose call you missed or who it could be leaving you a message.
And then when you got caller ID and you would see like tons of missed calls, but like who's the voicemail from?
Right.
Cities used to have a lot more open space and places weren't saturated with all these franchises and other big businesses.
Okay, that's a bit sad.
You could just pack all your friends in the car and drive around and you didn't have to worry about having to pay for anything to just hang out.
I mean, you could still do that now.
Still, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could drive around here and do plenty of stuff for free.
The top half of this and the bottom half of this do not match. There are two different complaints.
Right, yeah. I was going to say, I was like, wait, we were talking about, like, small town feeling.
Because
like,
you could still, like,
shops.
you could just pack all your friends in the car and drive around. Well, even if the landscape around you is littered with businesses, there's still a road.
Right. If you're just trying to drive, I mean, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but...
And maybe it's just me speaking as someone who lives in rural Pennsylvania. If you're looking to drive around in the woods, go find the woods and drive around in the woods.
Just literally take a road for about 5 miles or less, and you're going to come to woods.
Yeah.
I really do miss the older days sometimes.
Ew.
You had more time to just sit and listen to those around you, especially the older folks.
What?
Nowadays, everything moves so fast.
Now you can hear lots from old people. They're all on TikTok
People
now.
people have short attention spans, and it's all about how productive you can be and how much money you can make. It's a fast-paced world now, and sometimes it just sucks.
Was this a 95-year-old man?
Yeah.
Okay, guess I'll die.
Okay, boomer.
Right.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Later.
that one didn't really fit in with the rest of them.
Yeah,
Because, like, what? Isn't this for kids? Like, I feel bad for kids these days.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's,
This one was just...
This does. I feel bad for kids because they can't just listen to old people. And everything, everything moves so fast. Kids are so fast.
3 hours.
I was going to say, yeah.
With some of his elders.
Kids are so fast.
I mean, they are, but that's just because they're kids.
I don't know.
That was weird.
That one was weird.
Lastly, one time a younger person asked me what we used to do back in the day before we had cell phones and video games. No one did that. I just told them nothing. Sometimes we just sat and did nothing.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You know what you used to do? You would just go find something and make it a game.
It's true. Sometimes we would walk around together. Other times we would ride our bikes. That's not doing
nothing.
That's not nothing.
We'd find rocks to sit on and talk, and sometimes you just wandered. Back then, it was okay to just be bored. I feel like now, so many people expect to be entertained all the time. It seems like modern technology has literally changed the way we think.
No shit!
My man, you were riding a bike. You were not just sitting, staring at a wall, going like,
that's
man,
exercise.
Man, I'm bored.
Yeah.
And not that you weren't bored in the 80s.
Also, that is some straight up hindsight bullshit that you didn't go to your parent like, I'm bored as hell, Mom.
I'm bored. You know what game we used to play when I was younger? So if we had to go somewhere...
You know what game this guy used to play when he was younger? Mom, I'm bored. Go play out in the street.
Go ride your bike.
Go down to the corner store and buy me a pack of smokes. This is an honest to God. So if we had to drive somewhere with both of my parents, where my mom would be going in and my dad was not, we would buy a box of candy that came in different colors, like Sour Patch Kids or whatever, and I would feed them to my dad and make him guess what color they are. Ooh. That's how we passed the time. Then, sometimes, he would sit in the passenger seat and I would pretend like I was the chauffeur. And I feel like our kids do that now. They don't feed us candy and ask us what color they are.
My girls are so content wandering around.
If we have to sit in the car,
sticks.
If I could just let them sit in the front seat, we've got at least an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My girls are fine in the car. They like looking out the window.
Once they just want to get out of their seat. They're fine when we're moving, but if we stop and are, like, waiting for something, they want to get out. I'm like, sure, get out. Wander around back there.
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Explore.
Breaking Friends You Can Keep news. George Foreman is dead.
Oh.
What?
Old age?
I'm guessing.
How old was he?
Oh, he's not that old, is he?
76.
Are you sure?
Wow.
It's literally right here.
Yeah, it just came up.
But that's on Facebook. Let's find
From
out.
Variety.
Oh, okay. But how come every time I open Google, it's just Jaws? Like, does Google think I'm obsessed with the movie Jaws?
I am.
Maybe.
It's a great movie.
Oh, that's sad.
Kramer has been recalled.
Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago.
I'm good. I only use milk.
It's international.
So I'm safe.
Anyway.
Our big finish for this episode that I almost forgot about. Thankfully, I was sitting here doodling on this whiteboard, and I don't know, it sparked my memory of like, oh, I saw this, and I really wanted to talk about it on the show.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm scared.
Are you? I'm not.
Well, sometimes when Brian says like, oh, I saw
I'm
this.
not confident how long this has been going on. I can't read the timer from here.
3 years.
Probably. This is definitely going to be a 2-part episode.
157.
Yeah.
Almost 2 hours.
This will be a 2-parter.
Ooh, that's fun. We had a long intro.
I drove past a body shop. I wrote as it was written on the sign. I wrote it on the dry erase board. I was doodling my name. I was writing in cursive, whatever. That's what really sparked it. I'm going to show it to the camera.
Are you sure it's not the Aqua thing where it's like...
It is not.
People say bear with me, but they don't have a bear with them?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I'm going to show it to the camera.
I know what you're talking
And then I'm going to show it to you. And then I'm going to show it to you. No, it's the name of the body shop.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It's going to be bad.
It is the epitome of you should have picked literally any other font.
Uh-oh. Does it look like a wiener?
To put no. So I'm going to show the camera first.
It looks like a swastika.
No.
Oh. I'm just thinking of all the terrible things it could possibly look
No,
like.
it's not a Tesla dealership.
I'm not looking.
There's
I'm
that.
not looking.
We don't see it.
We're not looking.
Okay.
We're not cheating.
Probably can barely see it because I'm so far away from the camera.
Do you want me to help you?
Sure.
I'm not.
Don't look. Don't cheat now.
Hopefully this
keep
is...
going. Yeah, right there. Stop. Okay. Oh my God. Bring it back.
Okay, I'm not looking.
Wait,
I'm not cheating. This feels like... Are you showing me first or Julie?
I mean, I'm just holding it in front of me. So you can
Oh, no! Oh, no. Nope. No.
I'm not confident this was here, so let's get rid of that.
No.
Yeah,
No. No. Nope.
Yeah.
No. Because look. Boop. Why did you do that?
Yep.
Look. One big storm, and they just
Yep.
rub off a little, and now you're cunt's auto buddy.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, shame on your parents for naming you Kurt with a C.
How's it usually spelled?
With a K.
It could be with a C or a K.
But that's their last name, right?
No. Kurt's Auto... I think this would be... Kurt is his first name.
Oh, I thought it would be your last name.
It could be either.
It
That's
could
a good
be.
Point.
I would have
Because
assumed...
Conrad's, that's probably his last name.
I knew Conrad as a first name, though.
So do I. Yeah, the
So,
little
it
boy
could
at the
be
farm.
either.
I would have assumed this is his first name.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Does this look, though? Is this look right? Yep, that
Yeah,
does
Kurt.
look... That,
Yeah.
Kurt Russell is spelled with a K.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, just seeing it.
Yeah,
Kurt
that's
Brownell, the
planning.
comedian, is spelled with a K.
There are so many fonts out there that you could
I mean, just not cursive. You could have just
cursive.
went with not cursive, and that
yeah,
R is
normal
not
Kurt.
an N.
There you go.
And it really was the swirly R.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was that exact font. I'm writing this upside down. I feel like
You're doing a really good job.
Is that backwards?
I mean, you
Nope,
still
you
wrote
got it.
cunts.
It does look like cunts. It looks like...
Let's here. Okay.
Do you want me? I can do it upside down.
So look.
I did that on
can do it.
purpose. I did the R.
if we
I made the
wrote-
R long on purpose.
Look. If we just wrote
I mean,
it.
if we're being really,
that.
if we're being really
Simple.
smart, if we're being really smart here,
Here, can you even see?
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
We'll hold it up.
If you're being really smart here, you would do.
Oh, yeah, let's get a capital. Yep, just to really, if you had any brain in there that maybe your sign looks like it says, see you next Tuesday's auto body.
I drove, I forget where I was. I really wish I
could see
remembered.
that. Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't sound familiar.
Where were we going? It was.
I just-
Google where it is.
We were back, go ahead. We were back
Like-
at work, and I forget where
So
we were
this
going.
is what they had there, right? This is legit the
Yeah.
R that they had.
It might have been, that circle might have been tighter. Like, it might have,
'Cause, like,
it might
look.
have looked more like...
Look, there's one in Illinois
'Cause, like,
with
look.
a K.
But look, if you did it with the straight R, don't you think that looks less like
No,
an N?
that still looks like an N. It just looks like you went rogue
Yeah.
on the leg,
looks like a
the
rogue
first
N.
leg.
Now it looks like cuts. Cuts. Like that's
It's
an
not
H.
around here, right?
This looks like an H.
It's, oh my god, I almost put it...
Cunts auto body. I mean, that's what their sign says. They should also buy that domain because that's
Here it
what
is.
people are Googling.
Kurt's Service Center Incorporated
Can
in
you
Nazareth.
Show me the
Yeah,
sign.
okay, that's what I have.
Show me the
Okay.
sign.
Where are you?
Yeah, I want to see.
Where's your sign?
I need to see.
Where the fuck is your sign?
Wait.
Was it on the road? Because there was a thing right there. Oh, no.
No, that's... Oh, here it is. Yeah, right there.
What?
Oh, no, it looks even worse on... Oh, no, it's on an American flag.
Oh, yeah, that's poor planning.
But no, but it's not auto body, it's cunt service center.
I forgot it was that. I knew it was a body shop.
Ew. Ew. Kurt, shame on you.
It's service.
Yuck. Yuck. Kurt. Do you have a last name? Because you should have used that.
Oh my god.
And if Kurt is your last
history.
name, you should have used your first name.
This long-running, family-run shop offering oil changes, tire services, and general
Oil-
auto repairs.
Oil, tires, and lube.
Plus emissions,
At
plus
Cunt
emissions and
Service
state inspections.
It's the Jiffy Lube and Service or whatever it is.
Kurt's a super laid-back and very honest guy, so it's his first name.
Yeah. There
Okay,
go.
you should have used your last name. Are there any...
Has been in business since 1984.
69. Are there any comments that's like, I saw your sign and thought you were something else? I thought you were a gynecologist.
Maybe
I thought
let's
you were...
look up the other reviews.
They have a Facebook.
I thought maybe you were a porn shop. Like, what are people hoping for?
I forgot.
When they go to...
It's a service center.
Like Kurt's auto body, your brain is gonna tell you that's an R. But service center?
Turnaround time can be a bit on the slow side for larger jobs if he's backed up with inspections.
Oh my god! Do you think these reviewers know that people think that the sign says something else? So then they're just making innuendos with their reviews?
Nothing like me searching for Kurt's Service Center, Nazareth, and getting 3 posts suggested to me from Brad Power.
Well, you know,
Why?
he hangs out in Nazareth, PA.
I guess. Oh, this is incredible.
Oh, Kurt. We really wish you wouldn't have done that.
It's 100%. I saw it, and yes, my immediate thought was to talk about it on the show. My follow-up thought was, this is the epitome of, like...
He has phenomenal reviews.
Everybody loves him from what I'm
You could
seeing.
have picked anything else for this sign.
Someone just wrote great.
He's the only mechanic that I would ever endorse.
Highly recommend.
I'm going to screenshot the sign so I can put it up on our social media when this episode goes out. I might even drop it in the episode itself. Oh,
It's always a pleasure doing business with him. What is YMMV?
I have no
What?
idea.
YMMV. He's pretty busy at times.
I'm like,
That's a new acronym.
Awesome again.
You may-
hanging off the car.
He can be pretty busy at times.
You
like,
may something visit.
Not a clue.
You
my
Kurt is a stand-up man and his work never disappoints. Preach.
good old cunt.
The second I
I
saw
walked
it,
in at 9:15 and was done by 11:15. It was great.
that's a good time.
I saw it on the road.
Quick
I,
and easy, in and out.
Very happy with my outcome.
I think there's a stop sign right there, and I stopped and I saw it, and my
We'll do anything to help you.
my immediate thought when I first saw it was like, does that sign say what I think it says?
He does good, reliable work and does not take advantage of his customers.
Why is it a he?
Won't go anywhere else. He's always been great to us.
I don't like that it's a he in these reviews. I mean, I get it.
Because his name's
I
Kurt.
get it.
Yeah.
But in terms of this bit, I don't like that
He's
it's a
got
he.
nothing but 5-star reviews. Nothing but 5-star reviews.
I wish him the best.
I mean, we love you.
Yeah.
Kurt, look at you go. You must be the
You
greatest
go.
service center of all time.
Go.
So
But
there,
we
there
do
you have it.
We have a few signed notes.
We are not currently sponsored by
Kurt.
Kurt's Auto Body in Nazareth.
Service center.
Whatever.
Service, yes.
It makes it better that it's a service
Kurt's
center.
Service Center. If you'd like to sponsor the show, please let us know.
I mean, we support you.
We support you.
Just not your font.
I'm gonna desperately ask
We
you
have
to
some
change your
notes.
sign.
This
I'm
is
really,
what we think it should be.
I'm really upset that you do not have a.
R.
What it should be.
R-T.
I'm really upset
Yes.
that you don't have.
Very specific right here. We need this capital R.
I'm really upset that you don't have a Facebook
Yeah.
because I feel like your Facebook would
Or
be.
a TikTok. You should get a TikTok where you have the like Gen Z Rodar things where it's like it slaps and then
It's serving cunts service center.
Oh my god! It's serving Kurt's. Oh
It's-
my god!
Oh my god!
Please contact us. We have so many marketing.
Oh
opportunities.
my
Serving Kurt's.
god!
It's gonna be so great.
Brilliant.
We could make you so much
Brilliant
money.
idea.
Oh my god! We got this car running again. Now it's really serving Kurt's. Oh
Like,
my god, that's
honestly,
incredible.
Kurt
That is
Service-
incredible.
And then they just say Kurt Service Center. You don't even need a tagline.
That's incredible.
Well, maybe their tagline will be "It's serving Kurt."
It has to be.
You're
I
welcome.
like it.
You're welcome. That was free.
Yep.
But yeah, if you're in Nazareth, head over to Kurt's Service Center.
See you next Tuesday.
You can't miss that sign.
I also really love that it's a flag behind it.
I know.
It's like a bold, and it looks
That's
like.
very. That is a very.
Doesn't it
bold-
feel like it's a bar sign?
Yeah.
Like that's just a generic background that you can get.
Well, I mean, it's Nazareth, so
'Cause
it
it's
comes
like-
across as very like small town in
But it's
rural
like it's
Pennsylvania.
not like a flag. It's like a waving flag where it's like a little bit of the stars and a little bit of the
It's a little
stripes, and you
cut
can see
off.
like
It just
the
looks like an old generic like.
flappies.
You
But it
opened
looks
a
like
business in whatever. You opened a business in the '80s in small town PA, and they're like, "We have these backgrounds for your signs.
yeah, but it
Which
looks
one
like
would you like?"
it should say in white bold Arial font like "We serve Budweiser." Like that's what that sign says.
yeah,
Happy
Just
hour.
very, like,
happy hour
America.
3.
Yeah,
Happy
maybe.
hour noon to 10 p.m.
happy hour 9:15 to 11:15 or whatever it said.
Yep.
Yeah.
mhm.
Right.
Yep.
Oh yes. Well,
Full service 9 to 11.
that was a fantastic ending.
That
I'm
was
glad I remembered it.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
Glad I saved it.
really-
I mean,
Thank you.
It was immediate that we noticed what it
Yeah.
was wrong.
Yeah.
I
knew because the second I saw it on the road, I was like, no.
was
There's no
expecting
way.
it to be like the way they had their words positioned.
Nope.
That like you could see something else.
Nope.
That's why
Or like it was a word that could be
yes, yeah, like
misinterpreted into like a sexual like I'm not like this, but like I don't
Right,
know,
this
like something
one-
else or like
like an innuendo when you say it all together.
yeah.
Nope.
I can't think of one right now, but like
But you know what I mean?
yes,
Yeah.
where like it's a sentence that you said, but like that's not what you meant.
That's not what you
Suffocating?
meant.
Or like no, the pull-out king.
Suffocating.
But like
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like that's
yes,
what I was wondering.
Where
yeah.
like, wait a minute, like
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, but also what you're saying. I don't get your suffocating. I don't know why you said it 2 times.
Because that used to be it's sofa, and then king. There used to be
Oh,
more.
because it was like so fucking.
Yeah, there used to be
right.
more to it.
If you
Yeah.
seek Amy.
Yeah.
But I'm-
yes.
But I'm saying like in
That's
terms
what
of
I was
in terms
like-
of an
Yes.
ad or
Yes.
something you would
That's-
say.
yeah.
Yes.
In terms of an ad or something you would say. That's why I was just saying the
Yes.
sofa king thing.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because that
Right.
pull-out king doesn't sound like when you say it fast or whatever.
No.
It just
no.
sounds like pull-out king because you sell pull-out couches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's what I was expecting, more of like that sort of
No.
innuendo, not just like
Yeah,
a
like,
very blatant
literally
like.
this is
wow.
what it says.
I know what you're trying to say, but that's not
but
what I'm
that's
seeing.
not what I'm seeing. Yeah.
No, all I see is
Yeah.
an N. You tried, and you failed.
Hysterical.
Let's redo it.
I love it.
And
But
my
we should
que-
all drive by Aqua Water.
And my
every
question
2
is
weeks,
just-
I think they changed their sign.
My question is
They
just
did.
though, like, has anyone ever told him?
Probably not.
No.
And like, has anyone else ever noticed it?
I want to leave a review. Like I think that Kurt might be the greatest auto body man of all time.
That's
I
one
have
of those
a question
things
about
of,
the
like,
sign.
That's one of those things. I just want to like. I don't. Has anyone
We, like,
ever
start a
told you?
fundraising.
Yeah.
Has anyone
that they can
ever
redo
told
the
you to
sign.
They
change
could just
your
put it in
sign?
all caps.
Yeah.
All caps. That's
All
all you
caps.
need. We just got to put your name in all
Keep
caps.
the flag.
We should just go in there and be like, do you know that your sign is just stating that you're serving cunt? That's what you're saying here. Do you know that? Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
They probably don't.
Probably not.
They probably don't.
On that note, thank you for joining us. Follow us on social media.
See you next
and
Tuesday.
Like and comment and subscribe and share and tell your friends and all the other stuff you're supposed to do with content like this.
Tell Kurt.
Tell Kurt. I don't know how much longer we'll be doing this because I don't think it's going to be the cool thing to do anymore because Ted Cruz is a podcast now and that usually means podcasts are probably on the way out.
It means we're real close to finding the Zodiac.
So look for us on whatever the next hot thing is we want to do because people like Ted Cruz ruined this platform.
I think we have to go back to
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just
vlogs. We'll
just-
go back to vlogs.
It would
we
just
go.
be. It's just
We'll
gonna.
bring back Zanga.
It's just gonna. It's just
Zanga.
gonna transform into we
The
no
weird, like,
longer upload the
photos?
audio. It's literally just us doing a YouTube show because podcasts
Oh yeah,
aren't
that's
in
true. It
anymore.
was YouTube shows.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll just
here
be.
comes the cat.
We'll just be Good Mythical Morning. But thank you for joining
you gotta
us.
be able to hear that.
Probably. Thank you for joining us. Do all that stuff I told you to do. We love you, and as always, thank you for being a friend.